What is the most childish thing you still do?
Eating my boogers. Everyone does that though, so don't act like you don't. Everyone does, right, Paul? You people just take dry makamasi from your nose and you throw it away. We all do that.
Nobody. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that, Nance?
No one is accepting, but I know secretly
No, I'm
everyone
so
does.
sorry.
I do it and I'm proud.
Kidding me?
Hi guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's Definitely TMI.
I thought that was more femme energy.
Yeah,
actually, yours.
Exactly.
It's you who sets the tone.
Because I'm not shouting, like I'm trying to whisper. I'm just like, you know.
Yeah, I felt that. I was like, okay, Amma is the dress.
It's the dress.
Amma is the what?
And it's like also the weather is just kind of like calm. And I'm calm.
I'm loving this.
Thank you.
Femme energy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I spoke about femininity in therapy, by the way. I don't know if I said this before. And I was just like, I told her, I want you to help me to like, how can I be more feminine? And she's like, you're like the fifth client to ask me that. But where are women getting this whole thing about needing to be more feminine? So it's like, it's just because, if you're in your feminine, then your man can be in his masculine and whatever. And she's like, she said she feels like more women need to ask themselves, who is it serving for you to be more feminine? Because she's like, it's almost like you're betraying the natural way that you are. It's like God didn't make a mistake making you the way that you are. So it's like, and maybe your past traumas have made you a bit more in one direction.
A bit more.
Yeah. But in reality, she's like, the way that you are has helped you get to where you are right now. So she's like, why are we trying to be more feminine?
What I want is to be more balanced because the feminine is at rest.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. I am tired of just overworking or being like too much in the doing energy. That's it. And feminine energy just means being in your body. It's not complicated. That's all. Just
what do you mean
more.
being in your body? Because what if being in your body is also the masculine?
But when you take a breath, right? When you're making decisions from like this kind of center in you, as opposed to the jargon in your mind. Anyway, let me speak for myself. I know when I'm like rested in my body and when I'm making decision or expressing myself from that place versus when I'm always in my mind and everything is more like up here. Yeah. I'm not really feeling connected to myself. Yeah. I know the difference.
But I kind of feel like that's now different from like being in your body vis-a-vis making decisions or doing things from a place of like rush.
Yeah.
It's different from like masculinity. Femininity is almost like a way of being, which can be like, you can still be an active person, a doer, and be in your feminine energy or not be in your feminine energy.
For me, I feel like there's the place where, and I always say that actually it's Christine who posted this the other day, and I don't know what her last name is, because I wanted to say her last name, but I forgot her last name. Okay, so, anyway, she had a love letter to her masculine, and she was just like, thank you so much, my masculine, for like giving me like my assertiveness and my go. She was just like a love letter to that, and I was like, yeah, your masculine serves you, and I always say that, but I just personally feel like it's my always being in my masculine energy sometimes seems like it's maladaptive. And the more I find balance, the more I feel good about myself. It doesn't feel like it's away from me. Yeah. I feel like there's some things I'm never going to fake. I'm not going to pretend I'm not good at sports. Or I'm not going to pretend. That's pretending. Like actually, like, kind of trying to wear something that's not you.
Okay, so let me ask. We haven't even done our proper intro, and here we are having and we keep saying we're going to have an episode specifically about masculinity and femininity.
Yeah.
And we haven't even
because
done that.
Because we say that this is an area we're at best working on.
We are works in progress. But does that say on the converse, then if it's a man, who is that what we expect from like a man who is in his masculine energy to always be like going, assertive, doing this and this and this? If a man is not that way, then is he not masculine?
No, what I feel like everyone requires balance.
Yeah.
And that's
so maybe that's what it is.
It's balance. It's just balance. Yeah. I feel like we all have masculine and feminine. It's just about being comfortable. In fact, it's comfort in both. That's all. Because I tend to feel like even in some dynamics, it's just like, there's just like, I feel like I don't want to resign control as much. And I know when I'm in the masculine in that way. So that kind of trusting and being in my body, that for me is what I articulate as feminine energy. I'm never going to be someone who's like, hi, sorry, what?
Me can, and I will one day. Me, I can't.
That's amazing. That kind of I'm never going. I don't even want that. Like, I like how I talk. I like how I articulate myself. And I don't have a problem leading with the masculine, but I want to feel like I have more access to my feminine when I want it or when I need it. Yeah, I want to rest, guys. And especially before I get into like having a long-term relationship, marriage, kids, if I don't want to rest now.
Yeah, anyway, more on that in the episode actually about masculinity and femininity. But guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this episode. It's one we are really excited about because it's a more what would you say? Intimate, a more intimate one. We'll be answering some truth questions, like friendship truth questions. Although actually you could even do it as a relationship truth questions. Yeah. If you do them with your partner. But before we get into that, please do subscribe. It really helps out our channel and we really appreciate if you join our TMI family, if you become an in-betweener, king-betweener, queen-betweeners, who, by the way, every time we meet king-betweeners, they're so proud to tell us they're king-betweeners.
I love that.
I love it.
Oh my God. I'm a king-betweener. It's like, it's like a badge of honor. Yeah. And you know what? It's a green flag. We already said. If you find you a king-betweener, you're good to go.
Exactly. Maybe even we should have like a speed dating. I don't know how many, given only one man showed up to our last event.
But I think if we make it like a dating thing.
Yeah. Oh,
like
you come and meet. Yeah.
You come and meet.
Yeah. And at least this one, you know that you're meeting people who are appreciating content that is eye-opening, that is informative, that is engaging like TMI. So you know that this is a person, exactly, this person who is learning, who is healing, who is growing. Yeah. That's the kind of people we want you guys to be with. Those
another promise we've just thrown in the air.
Exactly. Good. Yeah. But don't hold us accountable.
Don't expect real truth of it. But yeah, that's what we'd like to do.
Exactly.
But yeah, we love and we appreciate all our king-betweeners, all our queen-betweeners, and all of the in-betweens because, king, queen, those are gendered. Yes. So everyone is invited here and we appreciate you guys so much for growing with us, for allowing us to have this space that we feel like we can just express ourselves fully and truly. And all we ask, as we say, in return is for you to subscribe. Whether you're listening to any of the podcast platform or YouTube, please help us be together so we can build this community.
So I saw these questions on Lydia's stories and I instantly screenshotted because I was like, oh my God,
how cute.
That with my man or with my sister or something. Yeah. I just want to know these things about you. Where'd you get them?
I went to on a friend date with my friend G. And G, to give you context, like she's an avoidant attacher and she's also kind of quieter, like calmer. And when we were talking in the conversation, she was just like, oh, she has these questions that she wanted us to talk because she said that she wanted us to connect more. First of all, already I kissed her in the mouth because I was like, stop.
When you say the word connect.
Connect. I'm yours, baby. I'm yours. Which I really appreciated. And by the time we finished these questions, like dinner was so fun. We did it when we were sharing a dessert. This is giving so
it's
we're
really
together,
cute,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were sharing a dessert and then we were sharing our answers. And I'm telling you, it opened both of us up so much. We had such a good time. We had lots and lots of laugh. And I found out so much about her. I love you so much, G. Good. She's an amazing friend of mine.
You know what I've just thought to myself right now? I don't know why most of like your close friends are like quieter people than
most
you. Okay, the people who I'm thinking in the foreground of my mind is like her, Sharon, Terembe also.
Is Terembe quiet?
She's not.
Oh my gosh,
she's not like, she talks a lot. But she doesn't present as like a loud person like us. Do you know what I mean? She didn't present as like this, like, hey, come on, keep quiet a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. More understated.
I feel like I'm the only friend of yours who I feel like is like you. Do you know what I mean?
Let me think. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one is like me the way you are like me, for sure. Actually, when I think about everyone, they're just a bit more understated, just a bit more. Like maybe when you get to know them, they do talk probably just as much. Like Terembe definitely talks. Hi, honey.
Hey,
you definitely talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For sure. But yeah, when I think about it, maybe you are the most me friend I have. I think this is true.
Yeah.
This is correct.
Anyway, yeah. So
do you have more me friends? More you friends?
I feel like, I do tend to gravitate more towards people who are like me.
Oh, Abu, give an example.
Like Kit, for example. People who are like loud and like expressive. Even the people who have been closest to me in the past are always like loud and expressive people. Only because I feel like I never like feeling like my personality or the way I'm speaking is overpowering the other person.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever felt that with my friends.
You've never thought it,
No, never thought it at all. But yeah, that's so true. I don't think I have a super loud friend like me.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. Already, look at this.
Oh, there you go. We're already learning so much about each other.
So much.
Yes. Yeah. That's fantastic.
I think this is true.
It is indeed.
I'm so sorry. I'm having a shift, like a life shift in my head right now.
And maybe that would be something to ask yourself. Like, why do you gravitate towards those kind of people? Not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just like a thing. But like, why?
I don't know. First of all, I like friendships that make me feel calm and grounded.
So
my friends are my like calm place. There's something there for sure. But my group, my group of friends, so loud actually. Yeah. Hey guys, yeah, they're quite loud. Yeah, they would be them.
They would be them. Yes, exactly. Okay, that's interesting.
Very.
Anyway, so these truth questions, we can post them on our story. So maybe guys can be able to. You guys can be able to go if you're following us on Instagram, TMI Podcast KE, Murugi Munyi, Lydia KM. Of course, please follow. We'll post them there so that you can have a screenshot. But also, I'm sure people will be responding to them in the comments. Yeah. And as you're watching, if you're watching with your friend or your partner, we'd really love.
We hope you're watching with your friend. We do want to make this a friendship thing.
Exactly.
Not every day. My man. Says the single girl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Everything is her man. Even these jeans you can find there. My man, my jeans.
My man. But yeah, we wanted to have this. Hopefully you're watching it because we've been sharing it. We want you to be watching with your girl so we can answer the questions together.
Exactly.
Hopefully it's your close girl.
Close girl. Close friend. Close friend. Okay, fine. So should I start with one of the ones? What are you most self-conscious about?
I guess because I've done this as well, I thought of...
Did you answer all the questions you guys?
No, not all of them.
Fine.
I'm most conscious about not being lovable. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. When I was thinking about
context?
In general, like maybe I feel like there's many times where people have articulated a problem with how I am, right? So I feel like that's the thing which I usually feel like is the problem, like like being my own barrier to receiving love, right? Or being perceived to not be lovable. Even in friendship, generally speaking, there's a acceptance of self as far as being lovable that I feel is like, that kind of thing just there in your mind, which is something which I feel like I've evolved beyond. Yeah. But when I was thinking about myself, like maybe my physical self, it's I don't have an annoying thing, but that is my thing.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, you are so lovable.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that, but it's an insecurity which is just like, you feel like it's something that happened ages ago that was stuck there, but it's something which I know, but...
Okay, so being self-conscious is not necessarily something which is like, this is something I have which I not happy about, or like I worry people will judge me for.
But self-consciousness is that no there. Whether it's something which is like, you can say you love it and it's fine or whatever, but there's something you're conscious of it.
You're conscious of
it. Because truthfully, like maybe you're not conscious of your eyebrows. Why are you conscious about this one? Yeah.
Oh, you're so right. Okay, well, that's made me think about things in a different way.
I didn't mean to make mine deep.
Yeah,
G said a physical one, and me, I was just like, I don't think I have something I'm thinking about like that.
Oh my God.
Of what, like the thing I'm most self-conscious about. That's what I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it said? What are you most self-conscious about?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I could pick a couple of different things.
Oh, really?
But I would say that one of the things that I would say I am most self-conscious about is like not being relatable. And I mean it in this context. I feel like growth in many ways, which I've experienced in the past, sometimes makes me feel like other people don't feel like they can relate to me. And that scares me because then I'm scared of being alone, or I'm scared of not having anyone who's like, oh yeah, I relate to you and like I get you, I get what you're going through. That's both financially and also like fame wise, and just like growth in terms of like even getting married, having kids and whatnot. I feel like there's an extent to which I feel like I almost go out of my way to always make myself seem as relatable as possible, even on my platform, just so that people can just be like, yeah, but she's just like us, because I don't want to feel isolated from everyone else. And sometimes I do it even in things which is like, you didn't even have to, you didn't even have to do that. You didn't even have to say that, but I want it to seem like I'm just like everyone else, even though sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not just like everyone else, but like I'm scared of being like I'm alone kind of like thing.
I hear you.
Yeah.
A famous lady once said that
if that famous person is me, honestly,
can I finish?
Swear. Oh my God. Lydia just loves quoting me to me.
Lady once said that as you evolve, you find your people at that stage. That's one of the things for me. First of all, I've come to my terms of unrelatability. Maybe I'm a thought leader. Maybe I'm somebody who is more of an educator than here we are all together.
We all get it.
You know, it's like we can't always be that way. But what I've found is that that's a big way to self-sabotage. It's so easy to self-sabotage because you just keep yourself here. And it is, and I get that feeling more than you know. And I remember we talked about that in, I think it was the episode of I'm a 10 But, where it's just like, you feel like, I don't want to get that there. I don't want to get into this new threshold of bigness because it's overwhelming.
Yeah. And especially, okay, you see, it's different like when I say, and never quote my advice to me because my advice is given for other people. It's not for myself. So that's a bit annoying. You know, now we're talking about friendship. But I feel like when it comes to like audience or like my networks or whatever, it's fine. The thought that I'll go to the next level and I'll find my people. But I like the people that I'm with. Do you know what I mean? I like the people at this level. So they thought that I could elevate to another level, which doesn't allow for me to be the way that I've been with them even now, is scary.
I hear you.
You know.
I totally,
you get it. Yeah.
Totally hear you. Yeah. I totally get that. And it's such a weird thing because it's like, what do you do? Yeah. So you're always dancing between expressing like maybe even where you truly are and being with people.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hear you, sweetheart. And it's a dance. And I feel like it's a very personal walk. And it's like, you just have to kind of get slowly comfortable with being like, maybe you'll be loved even more that way. Like, actually, you'll be loved. This is a question from my therapist.
Unlikely.
What would your life look like if you are showing up as all of you? Because there's areas you are.
Your therapist asked you that?
Yeah, it's actually something which I asked myself, like now just like thinking. And she was like, that's my homework.
Like, actually, what would your life look like?
What would your life look like if you showed up as all of you, the whole you, in all areas? Because she asked me, which areas do you know that you show up in all of you wholly? And I said, my relationships, look how beautiful they are.
But do you need to show up as all of you in like all in every, or what does showing up as all of you mean? Because I feel like in different contexts, you kind of like smallen some parts of you because it doesn't promote cohesion and togetherness.
Let's ask, so is cohesion and togetherness more important to you as a value?
It is,
Then maybe that's it. Then maybe that's what you need to accept.
Yeah.
You are more concerned about connection and cohesion and community than you are about expressing yourself wholly.
I think I am. I think I am.
So maybe it's not a bad thing then. Maybe you've just decided that this is a value that outweighs this one.
Yeah.
And when there's a conflict of value, the hierarchy system is the one which you got to lean into.
Yeah. Because I feel like, and I didn't actually even know that like community aspect and connection is that important to me until I started feeling like the more I grow, the more I feel like there are people who just I can't relate with anymore because like you are here and then now I'm here and it's just like,
I think for me, what I found is the community and connection in my real life. So then because of that, having that so authentically, I feel like I can't show up as I am on my platform and it be okay. And it's like, I don't feel as much disconnection because of the community and connection I'm getting outside. Because that's important to me too. Very.
I know that it is.
It is. So it's like when I find it in my life, then maybe I don't feel as much tension in my platform. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
Jesus is Lord.
Are we in therapy?
This is dumb. Who decided this?
Who decided this stupid ass kind of
dumb? Okay, that was the first question. Okay, let me do a relaxed one.
Please.
What is the most childish thing you still do?
Eating my boogers. Everyone does that though. So don't act like you don't. Everyone does. Right, Paul? You people just take dry makamasi from your nose and you throw it away. We all do that.
Nobody. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that, Nance?
No one is accepting, but I know secretly everyone
I'm so sorry.
does. And I do it and I'm proud.
Kidding me?
They taste so good. They do.
Let me tell you, I knew there were things I was going to learn about this bitch that I wasn't ready for.
I do. What can I say? I love the saltiness. Some spice. Add some spice to your life. I say what I said. Even Nancy does. You see, she's just hiding there behind. But someone like Nancy.
Nancy.
Yeah. That's the only good part about having a Homa, you know.
I didn't want to know this. Stop this stupid game.
You did.
Stop this stupid
game.
And
if anyone tries to like shame me about it,
no one is shaming you.
Thank you.
No, we are, but we've stopped. No, sorry, we've stopped.
We've stopped now. Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah. Can we have a poll? Can somebody put a poll down below? How many people actually eat their boogers? Because I feel like a lot of people do. It's just like a normal part of life.
No, Joe, but you don't need to make it normal. It can be your thing.
No, in fact, let's normalize. Let's normalize eating boogers. You know what I mean? Especially the hard, crispy-ish ones.
I don't want to be here anymore.
The ones you scrape off the top of like the nose kind of thing. And you know what even tastes better? When it's like from my kid's nose. Yep, I said what I said. Now I don't just have one nose boogers to eat. I have 3.
So you take it from Kenny and Tana and you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, just to taste what it's like. You know, it's also an indication of health. It tastes really good. You're still gonna kiss me in the mouth. Don't act like you're not. You are. She is.
This is how I was yesterday, by the way. Also, when I was getting to know G as well. Do you know, I don't think I have friends.
With
no. I don't think I have friends. I've taken it back.
I put this poll, by the way, on our TMI thing. I want to know, because I'm sure a lot of people do that. Your turn. And match my energy.
No, I don't know.
Match my energy.
Sweetie. Match it. I was more thinking like, I still like to play games.
Oh, really? No.
What the fuck?
Give me one.
I don't have anything that can match your energy. I am so deeply sorry.
Okay, it's okay. I forgive you.
I'm thinking about what childish I do. You would probably know it.
Eating Weetabix, that's a pretty childish thing to do.
I eat Weetabix.
That's not even that childish.
I probably like to sleep more than most adults. I have like my relationship with sleep. You know, by the way, I was accidentally, like, I found some of my old diaries because I journal a lot, and all of them start with how I slept.
Oh, that's lovely.
All of them, like,
even your Insta stories, it always starts with like, how did you sleep?
How did you sleep?
And I'm always like, that's so great. You're telling us how you slept. Thank you.
I feel like that literally so important.
Yeah, just like, I've slept, now I've woken up. You always like, I slept so good. If you don't follow Lydia,
connection.
I just slept so good.
If I haven't slept well, everyone is.
We are gonna know that she didn't sleep well.
Okay, no, me, I don't think I want to play this game.
No, let's keep.
I am really surprised.
So Weetabix is going to be your submission for this.
No, Joe, it's because you started a baby class. Me, I didn't know we were baby. I was thinking more like
kindergarten. Oh, teens.
Shit. No, me, I don't have anything I would say. It's anywhere near that.
Okay. I guess I'll carry this one for TMI podcast.
Carry
I don't mind.
That, sweetie.
I don't mind.
Carry that.
What is the grossest thing that has come out of your body? Oh, my God.
My period mucus.
Yuck.
Yeah. Period mucus. It's just mucus.
But
and
red.
dairy, no, not even that. Dairy has a little blood, not too much, just a little bit. That's top tier.
Actually, yeah, I think I would say that's definitely a big one.
It is not a vibe. It is not a vibe. I've been thinking about like throwing up and pooing, but still, those ones feel like they're supposed to be gross.
Yeah.
But that period mucus is prime.
You know what throwing up is the worst? If you've ever thrown up from alcohol and it's like you've thrown up, that's
and you can feel
that's the worst
you
thing.
can feel the portions of food coming out.
That one is the worst. And then it's a point where
alcohol free.
Please, let's all just be. Even me, I'm alcohol free in my heart. But you know how it's like sometimes you even throw up till you have nothing to throw up, but you can just like. Okay, why are you giving birth?
Please, because that's it. That's it. You're just screaming. Really, there's no anything.
God, yeah,
but I know. I told you. I have a person who throws up like this.
No, come on, with no sound.
Dead ass.
Ati. Look at how ridiculous it looks. Look at how ridiculous. If you're listening on a podcast platform, I'm so sorry. You can't then see what we are doing. But no, that's because
this is what happened. I was just like, they're like, I feel sick. It's a man. I feel sick. So I just turned around like this. And then I was like, no, I expected, if it was us. So that's what I'm expecting, right? Nothing. Then so I turned around. It was just like,
no, that's a red flag. That man is also quiet during sex. That's a red flag, by the way. I don't.
It's my cousin Ted.
Be expressive.
No,
be expressive.
Ridiculous.
So sorry, Ted.
That's the grossest thing.
So sorry. You?
Tell me about your most awkward date.
Oh, God. My most awkward date. I feel like I would have to think about that one. Have I gone even on that many dates?
Yes, you have. And I'll tell you yours.
Oh.
So there's one time
tell me.
She went on a date with this guy, and then when they were driving back, he had something to drink. And then when they were driving back, they were stopped by police.
Well, that was an awkward post date. But
the date is from the beginning of when he picks you up to the end.
I think we've told that story here before. Yes. Anyway, so then we get stopped by Alcoblo, and we're about to get stopped by Alcoblo, and he's yelling at me because why did I not tell him that there was Alcoblo on Langata Road? He's like, you bitch, you stupid. You didn't even think about telling me whatever. I don't even know why the fuck we went out together. Yeah. It was horrible, and that was pretty bad. I don't feel like that was awkward. That was more like, what's happening? You know how sometimes you go through an experience, you're like, am I in the twilight zone? Am I in the twilight? Is this Earth?
Is this Earth?
He was yelling at me. Oh my God. And then after we passed the Alcoblo, he's like, oh, sorry. You know, I was just a bit nervous. I was just a bit scared. I was like,
for me, it's like, you bitch.
Yeah.
You bitch.
Exactly. It's just like, shit, what are we going to do? In fact, it needs to be an ask.
Like, you know,
how can
oh my God.
take care of this? Oh my God. Okay, so I'll just act normal, whatever. But he was yelling at me. Oh God, that was crazy.
Red flag.
Yeah.
We hope you didn't go out with him again.
No, I didn't even answer his calls after that. That was it. That was the end.
Ridiculous. My most awkward date. Okay, so I had this date, which I've talked about this before. And we went to eat at this restaurant, which I really liked. And it was so good. Like, he was tall, he was handsome. He just had really good energy. Then we were doing dinner in a movie, and the cinema was across the
road.
Yeah, no, it's like the road. It was across the mall. So now it's time to walk to the cinema. Then I saw how he walked. He walked like a duck. I don't even know what that was. And then he was so tall, so it looked even worse. So I was like, oh my God, all of the chemistry just rushed out of my body. So now the energy was so good. He's like, his knees were like this, and then he was bouncing.
Maybe that was a handicap.
He was bouncing.
Was that a handicap?
No, it wasn't. It was a bad, terrible walk.
I'm sorry.
By the time we got to the cinema, I was like, even when he was touching my thigh, I was like,
don't even. Yeah.
I feel like that would be it. Yeah, that was, oof.
I'm so glad that my dating days are over. To be
Mine
honest.
are still very much ahead of me.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel excited, or does it make you feel like
the caliber that I'm currently attracting? This is good. We can do this. Yeah.
Give us an example.
Grown. I feel like it's grown. It's like men who know what they want. Like, I just feel like, in fact, I feel like there's this freedom.
They're not faffing around.
There's just kind of a freedom where it's like everyone is at the age of being themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so it just feels like, it feels easier.
Yeah. And you don't have time to pretend. Like, literally, who has the time?
And it's like the conversations you're having are like intellectual and just, you know, and even fun is like people just know what they're about and what they want. So it's just, I feel like more excited.
No, I don't want you to waste my time, and I'm not here to waste your time.
Yeah. It just feels funner this time around for sure. And I guess it's also who I am now. Yeah. I know myself now. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I want. So I guess it's also easier from that perspective. But yeah.
Love that for you. Love it. Okay. I'm trying to find out a deep one.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing thing you have put up on social media?
A nude.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
A nude. Not once, not twice. I have been sending a story nude to someone, and it's gone on my story.
How do you say, what are you sending a story nude? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like I am literally like taking a video, like a sexy video or whatever, and I want to send it directly to a specific person. And you put it in your story. And I put it on my story.
Were you completely naked?
There's one where I was completely naked. And I think the other two was like a thong or whatever. Those who stay like locked, like as soon as I post, they're there. You probably have. Have
you seen Instagram has now? I realize you can delete before a story is uploaded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Praise God.
Now you
because what happened is that you had to. Then I had to wait for it, and then there's slow signal to delete.
God forbid.
Yeah, that's happened. It's definitely a nude.
My God, yeah, crazy. I'm so sorry. I wish I'd been the one to just see.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. And I return to do it again.
Let that never happen to me because I feel like as soon as I put something on my story, I just click once, 1,000 people have viewed. So it's just like,
oh no, we are trending with you do that.
It better be a nice one, at least, before you hit
Why
post.
are you sending shitty nudes?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah,
actually,
for sure.
The most embarrassing thing I would say I've put on social media is probably maybe a picture of my ex. I find that embarrassing.
Did you? Your ex? Which ex?
Actually, I think I put pictures of like all my exes on my social media. And they're always like, once in a while, I'll see like an article about me. And like, I actually saw an article about like all Murugi's ex-boyfriends. There's like 4 pictures there.
Oh, I want to see that.
You want me to find it for you?
Yes.
Wow, why?
I don't know. I want to see your exes.
For what?
I don't even think I know how Ethan's dad looks like.
Oh, I'll show you.
You showed me before, but it didn't stick in me.
Okay,
and every time you say about how he looks, I'm just like, am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I feel like you should. I feel like if you pass him on the street, it would be like, oh, hi, Ethan's dad.
I wouldn't know.
Really?
I'm telling you, if it was in abroad, just be recording. Like,
oh my God, at this random guy.
Oh God, ratchet. Her baby daddy.
Yeah, but like me right now, I know like former Joanne, obviously the reason when at that point we're not as famous as we are right now. So it's like you're just posting because like I'm in love with this person or I like this person, so I'm posting it. But like now when I look back, I feel embarrassed now. I don't know why. I just hate that those pictures or those whatever's are out there. I just hate that. I don't know why. It's
because it's a part of you who you've evolved past.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like you don't necessarily want to be attached to it. But it's something which I guess I've learned through therapy is that I don't deny any parts of myself because they got me to this person. And it's hard because it's like some things is like I wish I didn't have to go through or do to have to be this person, but it's part of my story.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's part of my story.
I need to get that level of acceptance. Yeah, I need to get that level of acceptance. I need to get that level of acceptance.
And yours is like 1900 and only 3 people know. I was famous when I was parading my ex all over everywhere. Yeah. And now you can't undo it. No matter what you do, you can't undo it. You can't make people unknow and detach the both of you. It's like, and now actually the most annoying thing is like, even things, it's like, people just now see things too attached, both of you too attached that it's like things that have nothing to do with me become about me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things I really thank God for is that I'm not in my season of dating right now while I'm famous or in this age of social media, because I feel like there's an element that adds to everything. It's not just like, oh, when you just post me on your story, it's just like, oh, you just posted, or if I just post you, it's just like, oh, no, it's now news, it's now news. So I feel like I just I empathize, baby. I empathize because now everything becomes public interest.
And that's
I feel like is dating
annoying.
Not hard enough?
Yeah.
Is dating
the
not
only
enough?
reason why I like the way my journey is going is because I feel like I can't be at the center of having conversations about what this experience is like because not enough people talk about it. Funny enough, I was talking to this guy the other day and I was, kind of sharing my life and whatever. And they're like, okay, so, but but you're on Bumble and it's like, you're single and you're out there. I was like, yeah. It's like, because he couldn't imagine that it's like, you're out there and people know who you are, you're famous, but you're happy to just be on Bumble. Why not?
Yeah.
But it's because most people won't do it. Most people won't live the single life or the dating life out loud. And I don't think you have to, please. Save yourself. But I feel like there's something about that I want people to have a representation of. It's not just like, quiet, you're at home alone, married. Hello?
What happened in between?
What happened?
We want to see.
Yeah. And I think that there's something to that I feel like is purposeful. But I don't know, is that the thing? It's more one of those making the best out of what's here.
That's the thing. Yeah. And I guess everybody, in your single season, you just have to enjoy it while it lasts because now it's all to do.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. In fact, I actually don't tell anyone who I'm talking to, I show them my page or anything. There's an anonymity of just without the noise, without all of that I really, really enjoy. Actually, that's my favorite bit about dating right now.
At what point do you tell them?
They always ask, obviously. But
what would they ask? Because if they don't know that you're famous, I wouldn't just think to ask.
No, what do you do?
Oh, okay, fine.
Right? So it's like, okay, let me see your page or something like that. Yeah. Like, now you're gonna see. That's it. I don't want that.
Oh, wow,
and actually,
cool.
I made a deal with a guy the other day, actually yesterday, and I was like, give me 4 more days. 4 more days of this part where you don't know anything, and it's like it's not all that stuff.
But all this stuff now, just whether we like it or not, is just part of who we are.
But I'm allowed to enjoy that. I am allowed to enjoy some things without it. And I enjoy that part. Those
no matter
beginning
how temporary
stages
they are.
no matter how temporary, just enjoy it.
Yeah. I think this is what I like about like traveling or like going to places where people don't know me. It's just like
anonymity.
You can just exist just like that. Like
anonymity is something you don't really think about until it's taken away.
You're so right.
And you have to be conscious about like, okay, this, if I do this, you'll be posted where or
Yeah. Was it me who asked that one?
I think so. When is the last time you peed in bed? See, I expect that you're gonna say like last Tuesday.
Why?
I'm sorry. You need to now my standard of who you are is in the fucking pit.
Because of eating like mucus, which is solid and it's actually a food. And by the way, I'm sure it has a lot of health benefits. But anyway, I can't remember the last time I peed in bed. Probably when I gave birth to Mutana, maybe.
Oh, because you pee. Because when you're giving birth, you pee.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I was a child when I peed in bed.
Oh,
I don't.
really?
Yeah, I don't remember peeing in bed as an adult.
Yeah, exactly. As an adult, it's just like on the bed without like a pad or a diaper or something underneath.
Yeah.
Man, giving birth is the ghetto. Oh. This is the strangest place. Okay, fine. Tell me about your first kiss.
Oh, let me tell you, I have the best story of my first kiss.
Yeah.
So me and my first boyfriend, I was 16 at the time. So we were walking from somewhere. I think we were walking from one of our friends, or we were together with friends, and he was walking me back home. And it was kind of raining a bit. So I'm dead ass. I swear to God, you're going to die. You haven't heard it. Because literally when I was telling my friends, I was just like, what a movie.
Yeah.
And so since it was raining, we walked past underneath this tree. And he stopped me and he kissed me there.
He was your actual boyfriend?
He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I know.
At 16?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know why I always just assume people in the UK, like by 12, you're finger fucked at least.
But it's like I had put my lips on other people, but it's like they were like maybe like kiss or dare or something. I can't even really remember much about it because those were just that. But this one felt like my first real kiss.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, my first kiss was in high school in Brookhouse, I remember. And it was with this guy called Solomon, who recently got married, by the way. So and mine recently got engaged. Yeah. Is it engaged or married? Congratulations to all of you and your partners. We really, thanks. Well done to all of you. Anyway, it was just like, I think it was in school, definitely. It was somewhere against a classroom door somewhere. And we weren't even dating. We were just like, I think, attracted to each other. And he was just like, oh, do you want to go behind there? I was just like, yeah, cool. And then we kissed. Always were so lovely. And I remember that the exact moment, the exact feeling. Yeah, I think I must have been like, I must be like 13 or 14 or something like that. Yeah. Oh my God. Ethan is 13 right now. How fun. Why does that feel like, what? I was 13 then doing. And now I have a 13-year-old. Oh my God. But it was just a nice harmless kiss. There was no like there was no third base. I don't think there was much. It was just really just a beautiful romantic moment. And I think that was the first time ever using tongue in a kiss because I had never used tongue in a kiss. And I remember just thinking like, wow, this is really intimate. This is really deep. Yeah. And then we didn't end up dating after that. Like I wanted to, but I just think it just didn't work out. Oh yeah? Yeah. Okay, and he was younger than me. Oh, okay, cute. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he always stands as a really good guy. Yeah, in my mind. I'd love to hear in between us first kiss stories. Yeah. I feel like that will be like maybe think better about than first one where you remember like the way we are talking about. Yeah, or one that you want to remember as your first kiss. If like maybe your first one wasn't that great. Yeah. Tell us. What is something that you have never told anyone? I'm not about to tell the world. Yeah, but what is it? Do you even have one in mind? Yeah, really personal ones. Really? I guess, yeah. Okay, what can I think of? I feel like telling anyone, that one, I don't feel like I have anything which I've never told anyone, but like maybe that I haven't ever spoken about on social media, that would be different. You know, something you've never told anyone would have to be like a really deep, dark secret. Actually, there's something I told my sister the other day that I realized I had never told anyone, but I didn't think it wasn't something I've ever held back, but something which was giving me anxiety now when I was trying to start
Satkagi Wellness. So I had a law teacher in college, right? And I was writing, there's a letter, I can't remember what the name of the letter is, before you go to uni, like you got to apply, when you're applying for uni, you write that letter. And when he read it, he was like, oh, you know, it's like so passionate. It's very passionate. I can feel you're passionate. But he's like, you need more direction. He was like, there's so much passion, but not enough direction, right? And I took that to mean I have so much passion but and no direction. And so it's something which I've realized is kind of with me, Mr. Jones. Thank you very much. It's somewhere in me. It's somewhere in me, but it was really like out loud. And I told my sister, and I was just like, that's so interesting that would even think of that. Yeah. Because funny enough, despite seeing so much direction in the way I do things, it was still something there. Yeah. And I didn't realize I'd never told anyone that. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, I have.
Do you still feel like that kind of bugs you? Do you think about it? Like now?
I do. I realize I do think about it. In fact, I realized that was a big part of how I was thinking. I was like, this is interesting. This happened when I was 16 years. I was how old? 17. I was 18 applying for uni, or 17, something like that. And I was like, this is so interesting that stayed with me. Yeah. And Mr. Jones, by the way, was a fantastic teacher. He was like amazing, very affirming. He's the reason why I wanted to do law. So he wasn't like a bad teacher who is like, this makes sense that he said this. He was really talking about that letter. But for whatever reason, I took it very much to be about me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hi, little lid.
I know, right?
Hi, teenage lid.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting. I also think sometimes about like things that people have said
that stay when I was
young. Yeah. And it's like at that time you didn't even they probably didn't. They said it once and it's just like it went. But then like you just never, you think about it so frequently and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Another one about my teachers. And I feel like there's something about the fact that I did my high school, which is like the time like from when I was 11 years old, when I was like kind of learning about myself. And the fact that the dynamic was very much, majority of my teachers were white. There's something there that makes me feel something about authority. Anyway, Mr. Edwards, another thing which I always stay with me, when I wanted to be moved from top set to second set, I think it was for maths, because I was really struggling. He's like, you want to be put in a smaller pond so you can feel like a bigger fish. But I want you to know that it's always better to be a small fish in a bigger pond. And I've always thought about life that way. And sometimes I feel like I put myself in positions where I'm almost drowning from that. There's something that really stayed with me in that too. So fucking interesting.
So interesting.
Teachers, don't just be opening your mouth.
Don't just say anything. Please, can we think about it, please?
Yeah. But other one is something which is like I need to deconstruct. But this other one as well, I just think it's really good advice. So I've always tried to strive to be like, to push myself. And when I'm around places where I feel like, okay, I'm drowning, my job is to learn. So it's kept me very curious and learning. So that has impacted me positively. This other one has just brought doubt to me for no reason.
Geez, yeah. Oh wow. I feel like I don't have anything to share in this one.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm generally such a sharer, which apparently, as I learned in therapy this last time, is not necessarily the best thing. She told me, why do you always feel the need to always be heard, always be seen? It all ended up with a conversation with me talking about how when I was younger, my older sister was always your dad. Yeah, exactly. It was like my older sister was really rebellious. And then I was just like a really good child. And I really wanted to be a good child so I can be acknowledged for being good and being nice and being, obedient and things like that. But because of being so good, it was almost like you're ignored because we don't need to worry about you doing anything wrong. So now she says that she feels like, or she said that it seems like I have this obsession of being seen and being heard. So even like when I'm in a room and my sister says this to me sometimes, she's just like, sometimes people don't feel like they have space to be because you're always being, you're like, always have to be the biggest person, the loudest person, the, person, your opinion must be heard. Whereas you can't just like sit and just like, it's just like other people are talking and you don't have to share your opinion all the damn time. Okay. You don't always have to tie something back to your own experience. You don't always have to share, which I completely get. And even me, sometimes I come out of forums and I'm just like, I feel like I really took that over and made it like it was my meeting or my party and it's not really, it wasn't. So I've been thinking about that actively.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. But here's the thing, well, this is what Marisa Peer says. She says that when children are in places where like there's like dysfunctional cares or something like that, they take on a role. There is the rebellious one. I guess that's what your sister took. There is the overachiever, which is you. There is the sick one, and then there is the what? There's another one. There's a sick one, and then there's another one. There's a needer, there's a carer, and then there's a sick one. And so everyone in a chaotic, like kids just do what they need to adapt and to survive and to get their needs met. So it's just, that's what you needed. It's just now maladaptive. That it's not necessary. I'm conscious about that and actually maybe that's why I have the friends that I have, because I feel like they make me just lean into the not being so overt. And I like myself in in shared spaces. I like that. I like to be able to be in a room and it's like I can just be quiet, and then other people are talking and other people are doing. It feels really good.
Yeah, because like it's actually tiring to always be the over-talker, overdoer, but yet it's the thing which comes naturally. But then you end up so drained at the end of every interaction, at the end of every being with people. It's just like, I'm so tired, but like you made yourself tired by literally being over-involved in everything.
This is why we want to rest in our feminine.
In our feminine,
because
exactly.
we are fucking tired.
Yeah, but one of the things also is that it ended up being a good thing also in some ways, because remember how I sent you the list of questions she told me to ask people? One of the things that I think 2 or 3 of the people who responded said was like, they feel like I have an ability to make others feel seen.
Give
like
permission to others
to also be seen and be heard, because I also really have a need to be seen and be heard and not to be misunderstood. I really hate being misunderstood. You know,
like, that's a hard one to breathe through. Yeah, especially if like there's just a story out there, and it's like it's like now in our field of work, and it's like this is just bullshit. Yeah, what is this nonsense? And you just have to sit.
That is tough. when. Yeah, that's a
and
really,
it's like, if you know,
it's actually it's a really, really tough one on social media. When I went through that whole social media shitstorm that I went through with Zach, it was like that was the hardest part. Without Lydia, actually, I would have I would have said a lot. I would have said a lot. Like, no, me, this is my side of the story. I don't know what. Then today, Murugi Munyi hits back. This person does this. This person does this. Honestly, that's what would have come most naturally to me, to be honest.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I want to know. I want you to know the facts of the story before you judge. But like being judged based on like, this is the only side you've heard is so frustrating to me.
Oh, fuck. I would say for people who like to express themselves as much as we do, it's probably one of the biggest robberies.
Yeah, honestly,
it's the biggest way that you feel like stolen from, because
and I see it in the way I interact with my kids. It's like, I really want you to know that I've had and I've understood what you're feeling right now, or like what your concern or your need is.
Trying to heal your inner child through
them.
My
God, yeah. I cried now when I thought about that little Joanne there, and I was just like,
you guys have gotten to the little Joanne. Fuck.
Because now I was just like, because I thought that now if I'm a really good kid, then they would focus on me because I'm the good me their attention. But no, turns out now when you're just really good, it's just like, great, we don't have to worry about you because you're good.
Yeah. Crazy. It's tough. Actually, I think majority of some of our personalities come from a perspective of, it's like, there's a maladaptive side, which has also, by the way, helped you. There's always something good out of it.
That's why it's there,
it's now too much. It's just trying to tone it down because you don't need it to survive anymore. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like, thank you that you were here for me at that time, because I needed that. I needed to survive. I needed something that made me feel in control of an environment where I didn't feel in control. Yeah. But now we are not 13 anymore, and we don't need mom and dad to validate us in that way.
Oh my God. Something else that we spoke about, now we're just here talking about my therapy session. But anyway, something else that we spoke about was like, I have a really deep sense of right and wrong. I really feel like
when I said that, you were like, but maybe, you do.
Yeah, but it's true, you do.
You over there.
No, I also do. Yeah. But like in the sense of like following rules and order and like the way things just need to be done. Like even something as small as like jumping a traffic light at night. So Zach has this thing where it's just like, if it's at night, late at night, it's like there are no cars on the roundabout. If you stop here, you could literally be robbed because there's no one around. You need to like kind of go. So it makes sense from a safety perspective. But I'm just like, no, but it's red. How can we just go.
That is so interesting because I feel like I have seen you break so many fucking rules.
But and then also I guess it's just dependent on what according to me. But if like what you're doing according to me, if what you're doing according to me is just like no, we don't do that here.
I would actually classify you as a rule breaker.
What?
I would, yeah.
Everyone says that like rule breaker, risk taker. I don't know what.
Too. Relax. Really do? Juicy too.
Really do?
These ones were robbers. So we went to watch Barbie.
Right? Oh, come on.
Yeah. And there were the seats which we were allocated, and there were other seats which were like more comfortable, like they were recliner, VIP, right? So Tebby, which she is now the extreme of what you're saying, in that she was like, if we sit in the seats, we need to go and pay.
Did she say that?
Yes.
Oh, Tebby,
like,
calm down.
She was like, we go and
pay
to sit on them. So I'm not there either. Right? I'm like, if the seats are going to be free, we can't sit in them. But I don't want the anxiety of like, what if we get caught and stuff like that?
Because you were having diarrhea every time anyone walked into the cinema. And for them to come and say, oh, sorry, you're in my seat. Which didn't happen.
I didn't want to risk that. So me, I'm not willing to put myself in that yin-yang dance. Yeah, you seemed very comfortable to break that rule.
Really?
I think I would call you a rule breaker. No, I don't even know what rules I know you abide to.
No. Excuse me? The rules of society, you know, I mean.
The amount of times I think I've heard you say like, so about a rule.
But also,
I think you're lying to your therapist. No, you're lying
also,
to her.
You see me in very like personal, like.
In a true light.
Yeah.
So you're lying to your therapist.
No, but
if she knew who you are, she'd be like, Murugi, we can't break anymore.
Here we are. Maybe there's a disconnect between like how I see myself and how I really am. Or how I see myself and how I imagine others perceive me or how I want them to perceive me. Maybe there's a disconnect there.
So the way you perceive yourself is this rule abider.
Exactly.
Of other people? Other people? Tell me the other people.
Other people, like
how do you think people perceive you?
As like a good person, a good rule follower, you know, who does the right thing, the things they're supposed to do and what, like, that's the kind of person.
I want to see one person who defines you in that way.
Yeah, please tell me, guys, because I feel like I'm that way. Like, you know, somebody who really just like follows the path, the laws, the rules.
I actually feel like your consistent existence is towards, this is what you guys are saying I should do. This is what I'm saying. I don't know where you get that.
No.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
Really?
Dead ass. I am shocked that you're lying to your therapist in this way.
Maybe I'm lying to myself. Yeah,
Joe,
actually, my therapy journey actually is teaching me that. Because I feel like there's sometimes things about yourself that you've held true for so long, whether or not they're actually true right now. Vis-a-vis like me, I just know this is the way that I am. But maybe it's not actually who you are or how you are. Maybe it's what you aspire to be.
I feel like even when I'm breaking rules, I'm like, Murugi.
Yo, you know what? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, who understand this, Joe?
No, please. I don't want to be associated with that. I want to be associated with doing the right thing.
Yeah. But I also personally feel like there's like just because based on our values and who we are, it's contained to a certain degree. There's some things I just would never expect to find you doing. Yeah. But yeah, the room is quite wide for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It is.
More on this later. In the bedroom when we're alone.
Okay. What do most of your friends think about you that is totally untrue?
Ooh. Oh God, you answer first.
It's totally untrue.
Totally untrue. Maybe it's like, totally untrue. Totally untrue. God, I feel like we live pretty truthfully. Or even telling us a lie too.
Huh?
I feel like I live.
We know you're a liar now, so nothing comes out of your mouth. It needs to be spread through.
Okay, let me say something that maybe it's not just my friends, but like the world, I guess, and even my audience. But I wouldn't say it's totally untrue, but it's just like not as true as maybe people think it is. But it's that people just think that I am super confident. Like I am the queen of confidence. Whereas I don't think that I am. Like,
so lying is what we are deciding to do today.
Also lying. Yeah, no, but seriously, I feel like, or maybe it's the way I define confidence in my head vis-a-vis what other people define confidence as. Because like, for example, I was telling you in the room that lately I've not been feeling that confident in my body. I've put on weight and I've just been feeling like heavy and not that happy. But I feel like for me, I don't know if this is now what people define as confidence. Regardless of I'm not feeling great in my body, I'm still gonna put on a hot dress and still, you know, just like rock it. Vis-a-vis, I'm feeling like, oh yeah, oh my God, you know, I'm killing, you know, kind of thing. It's like, so for me, even if I'm not having the positive feeling, I'm not feeling like, oh my God, I look phenomenal. I'm just still going to wear it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like other people just see me as like, wow, you just don't care what anyone thinks. You just, you know, you love yourself no matter what. No, sometimes I feel like I struggle to feel like, oh, I love this body, you know. But it's like, I'm still going to appreciate it. I'm still going to dress her nicely. But not necessarily the feeling of like, oh, wow, I'm so in love with myself. Which is how I feel like people perceive me.
I feel like the bar for plus size women being confident is super low. Right? That the fact that you are confident in your body comes off like, oh my God, what a revolution in life, right? Because it's like, it seems unreal to people based on how much plus size women have been made to feel small and all of that. So it seems like you're constantly rebelling under this thing. So you've been plastered and as this kind of the mecca of how to feel about your body as a plus size woman. Whereas I know it's a dance. I know it's like a walk. But actually many times I've been sat in this chair that you've said you don't care about what people think. Like, so what when people say this and this?
Of course you have to portray that. But you see,
that is why people think that. Because you are portraying that.
Exactly. And I will keep portraying that because you see, first of all, you never give the enemy the ammunition with which they can use to kill everyone who wants to kill your confidence. You know,
let's discuss this in therapy.
We should. But I just feel like I to the world, or at least to the outside, you see, to you who is like, I know you would never use this information to hurt me. I can trust you enough to be like, you know, I'm not feeling so confident. I'm feeling whatever because I know your response will be loving. Like, okay, how can I support you? What can we do about this? Vis-a-vis other people saying, now someone who will come with a really mean comment like, yes, you just stop eating. Or like, you see, now you're just putting away. Like,
I hear you. So this is no therapy. You don't have to come off and share all of your insecurities and all the things that you feel that way.
Plus, also, I'm cognizant of the fact that there are so many women who are inspired by portraying confidence, and I don't want to betray them by now.
I hear you.
See, so it's like a delicate balance of like, I do obviously want to be like open about like, you know, I've been struggling with my body or whatever.
But also be a motivator and some.
That's the thing,
I hear you. And I think you do a fantastic job to make women feel good about themselves and not just plus size women. And I know it always seems like it's like a message to plus size women, but there's many ways that you've made me more confident about who I am. So it's like for you, what you're talking about is your body confidence. But even then I'll be like, how more can I be more confident with my body? It's like, are you doing enough to be more confident? So I do see that stance does more beyond you, and I can see why you carry it on. I understand that. Yesterday, actually today, somebody had tagged me on like non-physical compliments, and they had said like number 4 or 5, and like the number 4 was something like, your confidence is something I aspire to. When people tell me I'm confident, it's like, but I don't know why it always feels like, or is it what you think of confidence?
You see, it's just like, oh my God, I wish I could be confident like you and I'm also plus size. It's almost like, is it a compliment? Do you know what I mean?
It's like, when I thought about it, I was just like, but what does confidence mean? I feel like I am confident, and that makes sense to me. But I don't know if it's what the word usually means.
That's the thing.
That you think like me, who has like all the stuff that I'm working through, or
there's a connotation.
There's a connotation with confidence that comes off like literally you're kind of bulletproof. And the truth is, absolutely no. So I get that. I get what you mean. But maybe confidence is the intimacy between loving on yourself despite the insecurities and as you walk towards, maybe we can redefine confidence so that it can feel like it fits more.
Exactly. Because right now it just feels like, I don't know if I'm the person you think I am.
But no, Joe, you are a confident person.
Okay.
You are a confident person.
Thanks for that affirmation. Yours, what's something that people don't know about you?
Or something that they think is totally untrue.
Either your friends or your audience, or the in-betweeners.
In-betweeners. I'm thinking.
It was like something that both think about you that is
totally, yeah, or your friends think about you that it's totally untrue. Even yesterday at dinner with G, I struggled with this one because I feel like I'm such an open book. I'm just so pop. Yeah, when I think about how I'm perceived, I tend to feel like it's pretty accurate. I do think people do overdo it with like how I am into wellness. It's like, it's not all I do. It's just that the content I create is so much about wellness. It's like, it seems like that's all I'm invested in, but not really. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe that one, when I said about confidence, I felt like, oh, that's interesting. When someone says the word confidence, I feel like, oh God, I go through my shit all the time.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, some of these things, I guess we're just learning as we are growing. I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay, let me give us one last one.
And we should go on a date and do this.
Yeah, we should.
I love you so much more right now.
Right? Despite me eating boogers.
I'm working through that. Okay, it's okay. It's a process. It's a process. Because now I see the stupid hands. It's like, where have they been?
You know where they've been. You know where they've been. Okay. Who here would you most like to make out with?
In this room.
Could this be considered sexual harassment at the workplace?
Possibly, but one boy's lips are something.
I'm also going with one boy.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, fine.
I'll go with you.
Great.
Yeah.
That about covers everything.
That covers everything.
Yeah, I thought you would say me, but okay.
Oh dear.
No, it's fine.
No, yeah. No, not you.
Not me. You literally talk about kissing me in the mouth 24/7.
But I feel like, yeah, you know, but...
What do you mean?
I feel like you're a given. I can have you anytime I want.
And you know, it's these assumptions people make about you. Excuse me. Oh, so with me, there's no newness.
There's no newness.
Oh, I
want the goodness of newness in one boy.
Oh, please. Okay, guys, the questions literally are 35. I think we've only answered like 6.
But I have loved this.
I know.
So
it's actually quite nice. Okay, we should definitely answer some more.
We should.
Yeah, we'll post them on our Instagram. So if you want to ask your people, you can as well. I think we can also post it on YouTube as like a picture.
Yeah, we can.
We can post it on YouTube as a picture. So you guys will be able to answer the questions. But let us know if you've enjoyed this style of content, because I really like it.
This was really, really nice. Yeah.
Maybe next time what I would say is we should have the questions in advance so that we can think through the responses somewhat. Yeah.
There's some way I like that in instantly what comes to mind always feels more authentic, but I get it because some of them is like I really
some of them I
don't have an answer. Yeah.
And then tonight I'll be like, oh, I should have said that one. When Mr. Njoroge did what? Yeah.
Can I tell you something? I find that actually me and you need to be more intentional about like intimacy building exercises like these because our relationship is a lot tied to work.
We started doing that towards the end of last year. I remember we were going on dates
and stuff.
We went and did
we should honestly. I feel like that should be an investment in our relationship.
Okay, let's do that.
Because sometimes it gets very, where are we going? What
very
are we doing?
Transactional,
very like that, and I think it's good to bring it in.
Yeah, exactly. We should definitely do that. No, you said you want to kiss my boy, so don't.
She won't let me. These Gen Zers, before you kiss them,
they have the things you've gone through.
The boundaries you have to reach, the mountains.
Jump. Oh my God, no, yeah.
Anyway, guys, we had a very an amazing friendship series, which like even Lydia Dinga even shouted us out on. And I feel like friendships are this thing which is like lifelong. You're constantly thinking about ways to be more intimate, to draw your friends closer. So this is another thing that you can do just on a date like that. You're sharing a dessert, you just ask yourself these kind of questions because I promise you, for me, the way I've seen G, because I guess she's not so open, is like a new person.
Yeah.
And
if you don't know who G is, that means that you're not following Lydia.
You're not following me.
Then please
Geraldine,
just go and follow her.
Pura,
I also feel like this might be interesting to do if you're like in a group of friends. You know, if you're like, let's say 5 friends. And
but the problem is like it's levels of trust.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, if you're all like at the same
you guys are close,
level,
it's like a friendship group. That would be really nice.
Or like I would love to do it with my sisters. You know, it's like my sisters, and then we answer.
Because that would be really honest and raw.
Really,
I'm gonna do this with Ag. We're catching up later.
Oh my God, yeah, exciting. Okay, fine. Anyway, we really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please give us feedback below. We look forward to seeing your answers as well. Yeah. We might even do. Hey, let me not promise. I've already promised so many things.
Oh my God, we have how many events coming up?
Let me shut up. Maybe 12 events so far. How many IG lives? All of them. We are going to do them all. guys. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for engaging with our content. Thank you for being here. We love you so much. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Episodes like this, TMI is just feels like it's filling me. I know it feels like we're pouring out, but right in this kind of episodes, I feel like it's filling me.
You're right.
Thank you so much, guys, for this space. God bless you. Bye.